Hi, I'm Dan Schinder here at NAMM 2014 in the Pork Pie Percussion booth with none other than Bill Detamore. How are you, Bill?
I'm doing fine. How are you today?
I'm great. I'm very excited to help debut a lot of your new stuff because we get a lot of inquiries about a lot of drum brands on our Facebook page with Drum Talk TV.
Right.
And a lot of people are always asking about pork pie, especially when you got somebody like Kenny Howard out there pimping your brand so hard in the New England area. So first of all, though, for those that aren't familiar with pork pie, I want to dispel a myth that the drums are actually made with bacon. That's not correct, is it?
Certain lines.
Certain lines?
Use it for flavor.
Oh, flavor. I like that. What is a bit of the history of pork pie?
Well, I got my actual business license in 1987, but I started working on drums about 5 years before that, so 82, 83, give or take. And I just started building and never in a million years thought that it would turn into a living. Right out of college, I got a job for Rocketdyne working on the space shuttle program, and I just had so much work that I decided to give it a try. And that was 24, 25 years later.
How's it working out?
It's great. It's a lot of fun. You know, I get to meet a lot of great people, some a little nutty. But it's a lot of fun, and it's very, very rewarding. I feel like I'm the luckiest guy that I know.
That's cool. I mean, there's nothing, I can speak from my own experience, that there is nothing more rewarding than doing what you love to do for a living.
Right.
My wife is the same way. My wife is an artist, and she teaches young artists all the time. And she says when you follow your passion and your heart and you do what you really want to do for a living, it keeps you young.
Okay.
And they kind of, and then she tells them how old she is, and they just can't believe it. They think she's like 20 years younger than she is. So it's true, and that's why you only look 35.
Right. Well, thank you. I have the hairline of a 50-year-old, but...
well, that's all the brain work that goes on to develop this great line.
Exactly.
Tell us what you got here.
What I have here, this kit that I have right here is brand new for this year. The shells on this kit are made out of maple and rosewood. 5 plies of maple on the outside, 3 plies of rosewood on the inside. This kit right here is done in black lacquer. I did this kit special for the show with all black hardware, black stands, and I had my friend Matt Nolan make all black cymbals.
Wow. So, if you don't mind me asking, how did he make the black cymbals?
I honestly don't know. He hand makes black cymbals in the UK. How he made them black, I'm not sure. I believe he soaked them in some sort of solution.
Oh, okay. Very cool. What's with this snare?
This snare drum. This snare drum has been the hit of the show for myself. This is brand new for this year. This is a 16-ply maple shell. In between the 8th plies, there is a sheet of brass that is laminated to the inside of the shell. And for lack of a better term, what I've been telling people is this drum sounds like a wood bell brass.
Wow.
So, because if you hit a bell brass shell, you hold it on your finger and you tap it, it rings out like a bell. But you have the high-pitched ring. You do it with this shell, you tap the shell, and you get that ring, but it's very warm and very mellow. But it has the same ring. People are saying when they're playing this drum, that after a certain hardness of hitting the top head, everybody says the same thing. They said, I can feel the brass.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Do you have a stick?
Oh, sure. Of course.
This is going to be good. See, this is what happens when you get a guy that builds rockets, and now he's building drums. Duh, let's just take some brass and insert it in the wood. Here, I'll let you hold that.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Wow, it is warm.
Yeah. I'm doing these drums in maple, and then right here behind us, I have one where it's done in hickory.
Hickory with the brass?
Yeah, hickory is very, very hard. It's a very hard wood. So instead of getting the mellowness of the maple, you get the attack of the hickory. But it's the same principle. The brass kicks in at a certain point.
What is the MSRP for these types of products?
Retail is about $1,100 on this snare drum, and it streets around $600.
Oh, wow, okay. That's amazing. Tell us about the finish on the outside.
Back when I was a youngster, we'll put it that way, I painted a drum set for Jeff Porcaro, and this was the same color that I used on his kit. I call it the color Porcaro Blue. I kept it around because everybody loves the color. So on this one, this has curly maple veneer on the outside with the Porcaro Blue stripes top and bottom, and I love the contrast.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So that's what the finish is on this Porcaro Blue.
Nice. Cool. Let's see what else you got here.
Sure.
That's a great drum.
Let's see. These are new snare drums. I'm calling them the Luxe line. And the shells from these drums are coming from Carrera Drums in the UK. And on this rack right here, I have solid 100% walnut ply. This is 100% mahogany ply with maple rings, so it has a very vintage tone. This one is the same, mahogany with maple rings. Then this one, we came up with this finish about a year ago, and it has become unbelievably popular. It's a rosewood on the bottom with a vertical zebra in the middle.
That's beautiful. Is there anything on the outside at all?
There's an oil finish, a satin oil finish, hand rubbed satin oil, and this is over an 8-ply maple shell.
It looks like there's nothing on the outside, which I actually like. I like that look a lot. And you can't feel the seams or anything. It's beautiful.
The cool part is you can't feel the seams, and if you go over where the seam is going around, again, you can't feel it.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Right.
Yeah.
So this
That's cool.
Very, very popular. We sell tons of these.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that like one of your bread and butter products?
It has become that because we sell so many of them. Then let's see, we have a Patina snare drum, 7x13 Patina, and we get the raw shell in from our supplier, and we do this finish at my shop.
Is it a painted finish or an acid wash?
It's an acid wash. It's done a lot like the way the cymbals were done. And so we do the acid wash finish, and then we do a clear coat over the top of it in a satin clear coat, and then we clean it up and put it together, and we sell tons and tons and tons of these.
What are the chances you'll ever do like a whole kit like that?
I would if I could get the shells, but I can't get the shells because this is solid brass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
This kit over here in the middle is my brand new line that I'm coming out with, debuting at the show that's become very popular. We call this kit the Hip Pig.
Right, I saw this
And
online, yeah.
you can see the logo. That's the logo that's on the front bass drum head.
Right.
And the shells on this kit are made out of a Asian hardwood that's hard to pronounce, but it's called Nayato.
Nayato?
Nayato. It's very easy to find over in Asia. It grows very fast. It's not endangered. They use it over in Asia. They use it for cabinets. They use it for guitars. They use it for flooring. So it's very easy to get. It's inexpensive, which allows us to make an inexpensive drum set.
What does something like that retail for?
This kit retails at $16.25 and it streets at $900 or $9.99. I'm sorry. And the color of the wood on this is the color, or the color on the kit is the natural color. It's just a clear on it, so it looks like mahogany.
Is it considered like a specific application or whatever someone wants to use it for? What I mean by that is for like a student kit or a jazz kit, or
it would work as whatever you wanted to work it at. Whatever purpose you had, it would be fine with that. The thing that I like about
I just want to say, I think that goes for any drum or drum kit.
Right. Oh, sure.
I know that as manufacturers and as a brand, you have to have certain things to fill certain slots in the market. But I think when it comes down to it, like I was talking to a guy at Soul Tone Cymbals yesterday who was looking at stuff. He's a heavy metal guy, but he was tripping big time on the Latin cymbals. He says, this doesn't make sense to me. Why is it even called Latin?
Right.
You know, so it's interesting. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
You know?
And the tone from this wood, the structure of the wood is a lot like maple, but when you hit them, they sound a lot like mahogany. So this kit, I was going for a vintage vibe on it, and the sound that comes out of it is very vintage sounding.
Awesome. Cool. Let's go to, and I love the small sizes, by the way.
Yeah. It's got the center beaver tail lug, claw, the old vintage style claw hooks and gold wing spurs on it.
Very cool. I love the retro look for sure.
Exactly.
Now, what is this finish called? This is beautiful.
This kit is part of the Luxe line, and the shell composition on this kit is cherry and bubinga. Cherry outer. There's 4 plies of cherry on the outside, 3 plies of bubinga on the inside. The bass drum and the snare drum are both 10 ply.
What affects the sound the most? Is it that the bubinga's on the inside, or is it the combination of the two woods together?
Combination of the two. What you have on this, because the cherry is on the outside, and the way that I cut my bearing edge, the drum head is actually sitting on the cherry, so you get the warmth of the cherry, but you get the pop. You get the pop of the bubinga.
How much R&D goes into something like that? Like, do you try? How many different species of woods do you blend before you say that's what I'm looking for? Or do you use the science of your skills and say, well, if this has this hardness factor and this one's that, I'm going to put it, like, do you?
Yeah,
okay.
No, it's that. Because what I want to do is I want to get a tone, I want to get head tone, and then I want to get resonance. So if the drum head sits on a certain type of wood, it's going to emanate a certain tone. And then you use the inside ply to give it more crack, less crack, make it more harsh. You know, I make one drum that's maple on the outside with oak on the inside.
Cool.
The warmth of the oak on the inside, but you get the crack of the maple. Yeah. So
that's awesome.
It's really been fun combining woods.
And is that the natural finish?
No, I kind of did, mad scientist in the spray booth. I mixed up some color until I got what I liked, and then sprayed it. So the color of this kit is this kit. This is one of a kind because of that.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Great. What do we have behind us? Oh, I've seen that. Let's talk about that.
That is...
Can we pull it out?
Sure. Okay. This drum is a 100% brass shell that's hammered. And the finish in this is, it's called red chrome. It's actually chrome plated, but it's in red. I never knew it existed until I got this sample.
Did you futz around with the coloring, or is that just how it came out?
There's one color of red chrome.
Okay. Wow.
So this is going to be new for this year also.
Let's hear that. Can we hear that real quick? That's cool. And of course, I've got the same dumb question. Is it possible to have a whole kit made out of that?
No.
Okay. Imagine how that would sound. I would love my timpani drums to be red chrome like that. Or Can I play the whole kit and see what it sounds like? Okay. I'll let you be the ambient microphone.
Yep.
So red chrome snare drum. Heard of that? Whoa. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. These all sound 3 inches bigger than they really are. Yeah. Is that the combination of the species of wood?
This is like my
This is really cool.
My ultimate high-end kit.
Really?
Yeah.
What would the kit retail for without a snare?
Retail, I have this kit retailed with a snare is right around 10 grand.
Okay, with a snare.
Yeah.
Oh, because this, yeah.
Yeah,
I was picturing this and saying, well, of course that doesn't come with it. But yeah, it comes with this one right here.
Yeah.
Wow. They literally sound 2 or 3 inches bigger than they are.
Yeah. And the shells are super, super thin.
And really? Yeah, is that why they ring so much?
Well, the bubinga is so hard. The cross lamination of the bubinga on the inside is where the tone comes from because it's so hard. So we can go with the thinner shell because the bubinga is so much harder.
Wow. I'm really impressed with that. Let's talk about something I heard a rumor about. Well, I'll back up. I'm sure all you drummers, no matter how great your cases are and how many cases you have, there's always that one stupid thing that you got to carry. Right. At least in my case, even with hardware cases, there's the drum throne. Like, there's always the drum throne thing.
Right.
So, but you have a solution for that, don't you?
I have a solution.
It just came special delivery.
Yep. We just came out with this a few months ago. This is our drum throne bag. And it comes with a nice big handle. It comes in camo and regular black. And it'll fit any throne. But you can open it. We have one in here already. So you open.
This is cool.
Section up here, a bag up here for you to put stick bag or music or whatever you're going to put in there, and it holds the.
Wow,
throne
the bass too.
Yeah, it holds the throne base and the throne top.
That is slick. That is really cool.
Yeah.
Hey, how'd you think of that? Just one of those. Duh.
Yeah, just one of those moments. Yeah, just kind of happened.
Yeah. And what does this retail for?
Retail on this is about $200 in the store. It's about $100, something like that.
This is great. Cool. You've just been porked by Bill Detamore from Pork Pie Percussion right here on Drum Talk TV.
Right here, right now.
Right here, right now. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
And
I really appreciate the time.
Oh, my pleasure. Are you kidding? And we'll see you soon right here on Drum Talk TV.
Take care.